Yes friends, good morning. Next video from Dhruva Edutainment and Vidu classes. This question from Unit 5th of Intermediate Second Year Zoology. That is from Human Reproductive System, friends. What's that question, friends? Describe the microscopic structure of ovary of woman. Friends, microscopic structure of ovary. See friends, ovaries and testes are what, friends? Gonads. Ovaries are female gonads, testes are male gonads. Here you have to write about the ovaries only, friends. What are ovaries? Ovaries are female gonads, or ovaries are primary female sex organs, friends. They are primary female sex organs. These ovaries are one pair. They are present in the lower abdominal cavity on either side of the uterus. See friends, a pair of ovaries is present. A pair of ovaries is present on each side of uterus, friends, on each side of uterus in the lower abdomen. Friends, you see, in male human beings, the gonads or male gonads or testes are present outside the abdomen in the scrotal sacs. But whereas female gonads or ovaries are present inside the abdomen. This is very, very important, friends. So they are present on each side of the uterus in the lower abdomen. Here you see, friends. See this image. See friends, here these are ovaries. This is uterus. So ovaries are present on either side of the uterus. What are these blue one, friends? These blue one are ovaries. They are present on either side of the uterus. Okay friends, in which part? In the lower abdomen. Okay friends. Now, what is the role of the ovaries, friends? What is the function of the ovaries? See, what we are saying, it is a primary sex organ. So it produces female gametes. Those female gametes are called as what, friends? Ova. Ovum singular, ova plural, friends. In addition to ova, ovaries also produce female sex hormones. What are they, friends? They are estrogen and progesterone. Once again, friends, they means what, friends? Ovaries. Ovaries produce ova and female sex hormones. They produce ova and female sex hormones. What are female sex hormones, friends? Estrogen, progesterone. Please remember it. Don't write in the exam. Okay, friends. Now come to the microscopic structure of the ovary. See friends, each ovary is covered by two layers. What are they, friends? Outer layer and inner layer. See friends, outer layer and inner layer. Now we'll see the structure of these two layers. What is outer layer and what is inner layer? Friends, outer layer is also called as germinal epithelium or ovarian epithelium, friends. Germinal epithelium or ovarian epithelium. Friends, this is a type of visceral peritoneal layer. Friends, you know, we have two types of peritoneum. One is parietal peritoneum, another one is visceral peritoneum. This outer layer of the ovary is what, friends? It is visceral peritoneal layer. Next one, it is made up of epithelial cells. What type of epithelial cells are they, friends? They are cuboidal epithelial cells. You know, friends, cuboidal epithelial cells have equal length and breadth. Okay, once again, friends, the outer layer of the ovary is also called a germinal epithelium or ovarian epithelium. Okay, friends, it is a type of visceral peritoneal layer. It is made up of cuboidal epithelial cells. Now friends, come to the inner layer. Inner layer is also called as tunica albuginea. Friends, see, It is also called as tunica albuginea. It is a dense irregular connective tissue layer. It is a dense irregular connective tissue layer. Once again friends, the inner layer is also called as inner layer of the ovary. Is called as what friends? Tunica albuginea. It is dense irregular connective tissue layer. Friends, here for NEET and MCET, you remember one thing friends. This dense irregular connective tissue layer is made up of collagen fibers. These fibers are arranged irregularly. Okay friends, the inner layer of the ovary is called as tunica albuginea. It is made up of dense irregular connective tissue layer. This irregular dense connective tissue layer has collagen fibers which are arranged irregularly. Okay friends, now come to the internal structure of the ovary, the inner part of the ovary. Friends, here you remember one word, stroma. See, already we discussed about the outer layer, inner layer. Below the inner layer, there is the inner part of the ovary, that is called as stroma. What is stroma friends? The inner part of the ovary is called as stroma. What is stroma friends? The inner part of the ovary is called as stroma. See friends, this stroma has two parts, outer cortex and inner medulla. Friends, stroma has two more parts friends, outer part and inner part. The outer one is called as what friends? Cortex, and the inner one is called as what friends? Medulla. See friends here. See friends here. This is Nana. This one is outer cortex. See friends here. And this is inner medulla. Outer cortex and inner medulla. Now we'll see one by one. First you take cortex friends. You see cortex. Yes. Cortex is dense and granular. Friends, cortex is dense and granular. It has number of ovarian follicles. This is very, very important friends. Generally we think that ovarian follicles are present inside the ovary or in the medulla. No friends. Ovarian follicles are present in the cortex. This is for NEET and MCET friends. Ovarian follicles are present in the cortex of the stroma, outer part of the stroma, that is in the cortex. These follicles, these ovarian follicles are formed by the infolding of the outer layer. What is outer layer friends? Germinal epithelium. This is very, very important friends. Ovarian follicles are formed by the infolding. See friends, this is like this. It is outer layer. They are moving inside friends. They form that infolding of the outer layer or germinal epithelial layer forms what friends? Ovarian follicles. Here one more important point friends. If you see the stroma or if you see the cortex of the stroma or ovary, we have various developmental stages of follicles. See friends, these follicles are at different development stages. They are at various levels friends. What are those levels? Primary follicles. These primary follicles modified into secondary follicles. Next, tertiary follicles. Graafian follicles. What are Graafian follicles friends? Fully matured, fully developed follicles. They have ovum. These Graafian follicles release ovum. After releasing the ovum, the remaining follicle is called as what friends? Empty follicle. These empty follicles, if fertilization takes place, convert into corpus luteum, an yellowish body, that is corpus luteum. Once again friends, what are the follicles friends? We have so many types of follicles at various developmental stages. Primary follicles, secondary follicles, tertiary follicles, Graafian follicles and empty follicles. They are called as what friends? Corpus luteum. See friends, come to inner medulla. Inner medulla, the stroma, the inner part of the stroma is called as medulla friends. Outer part is called as cortex, inner one is called as medulla. This medulla is made up of loose connective tissue. It is made up of what friends? Loose connective tissue. It has full of blood vessels. lymph vessels and nerve fibers. See friends, the inner part of the stoma is called as medulla. It has full of blood vessels, lymph vessels and nerve fibers. Once again you see the images friends. These are the ovaries and this is the uterus. Okay friends, this is actual complete female reproductive system diagram friends. Okay, now you see this is cross section of the ovary. This is outer cortex and this is inner medulla. Cortex has, see friends, various developmental stages of the follicles, and see medulla has what friends? Blood circulatory system or blood vessels and nerves and lymphatic, that is neurovascular structures. Okay friends, now see friends, one more image. Here we have various types of follicles. In the cortex we have primary follicles, secondary follicles, tertiary follicles, Graafian follicle. See friends, these Graafian follicles are releasing ovum. Releasing of ovum from the Graafian follicle or ovary is called as ovulation. Okay friends, after ovulation we have empty follicle. See friends, these empty follicles, if fertilization takes place, develop into, modified into corpus luteum. If fertilization won't take place, they disintegrates friends. So corpus luteum acts as an endocrine part. It secretes what friends? Hormones, particularly progesterone. Okay friends, now once again you see the structure of ovary friends. Ovaries are primary female sex organs. One pair of ovaries present on either side of the uterus in the lower abdominal cavity or lower abdomen. They produce ova and female sex hormones. Each ovary is surrounded by two layers, outer layer and inner layer. Outer layer is called a germinal epithelial layer or ovarian epithelium. It is one type of visceral peritoneal layer. It is made up of cuboidal epithelium. Inner layer is also called a tunica albuginea. It is a dense connective tissue layer. Next, the inner part of the ovary is called as stroma. It has two parts, outer cortex and inner medulla. Cortex has various developmental stages of the follicles. They are what friends? They are primary follicles, secondary follicles, tertiary follicles, Graafian follicles and empty follicles. Here very important friends, the follicles are formed by the infolding of the germinal epithelium. Next come to the medulla friends. Medulla is made up of loose connective tissue. It has blood vessels, lymphatic vessels and nerve fibers. This is about what friends? Microscopic structure of the ovary of woman. Friends, microscopic structure of the ovary of the woman. Okay friends, this is from unit 5th of intermediate second year zoology. What is that friends? Microscopic structure of ovary of woman. Okay friends, thank you.